UFC Moscow this weekend, September the 15th. It was a big weekend this past weekend in Dallas at American Airlines Center. Tyrone Woodley and Darren Till fought for the welterweight title. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, uh, the main event of we're just gonna predict the fights really quick for the UFC and Moscow, Russia. It's coming up this upcoming weekend. Um, Mark Hunt, Alexei Olenek, something like that. Um, what do I got here? Hunt, his last fight was a loss to Curtis Blades. Before that, he knocked out Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis. Um, Before that, I think it was when he got knocked out by Alistair, and then before that was the Brock uh, shenanigans. So he hasn't had a good run. He's got that one win against Derek Lewis. Excuse me, by the way, recently. So you know, excuse me, I gotta get a sip of water. I'm parched. Parched. But he's not had a good time. He is a stand-up striker. We know he does throw heavy hands. He's getting upwards in age, so he doesn't want the fight to last a long time. Alexei Olenek uh, is 2-1 in his last three fights, with wins over Travis Brown and most recently Junior Albini. Both of them submission wins. Um, his one loss coming also to Curtis Blades in between those two wins. Uh, what does that say? Curtis Blades, he's a top contender. These two guys both behind Curtis Blades, obviously. Um, Submission versus striking, guys. Um, what can work first? And I think the problem with all these strikers that lose to the grapplers, Darren Till against Tyrone Woodley, uh, just certain instances like that. George St. or Michael Bisping to George St. Pierre, just strikers losing to grapplers. Um, Mark Hunt just doesn't seem like that guy. He lost that way to Curtis Blades, I know. He just doesn't seem like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna go submission though on Mark Hunt. I'm gonna go. Oh, this is tough, man. This is tough. I'm gonna go. Just because I got faith in him. Mark Hunt knockout first round, coming in for a takedown, uppercut, something like that, walk off. Uh, Sick. I don't know if he would go out like that, if he won another fight, but that'd be a sick way to go out if he did. But knockout first round, Mark Hunt. The second fight, Han Blachowicz. Um, Great fighter. Versus I guess this guy Nikita Krivalov. He's on a four-fight win streak right now, with the most recent one coming to Fabio Maldonado in another organization. It's going to be his first fight in the UFC. For this stint right here, 100% finish rate in all of his wins and also all of his losses. So, ironically, he's never seen a decision in his life in mixed martial arts, apparently. Uh, Losses and wins, never been to decision. All submission, knockout, wins or losses. Interesting. very interesting knowing that Han Blashowitz uh, goes to decision a lot in a lot of his fights. He goes to decision, and um, you can't, you can never pick who you think's gonna win based only off of the way they fight and the characteristics of in which they fight and the ways that they know how to win fights. Uh, you gotta just go off of everything. Setting, there's fucking how did the weigh in I mean how did the weight cut go? How did I don't know, it's just a bunch of different variables, man. And I've never done it, but I could really I don't know why, but I could just really picture why. Like it would just frustrate you the smallest thing because like you're trying to focus so hard on something, and then you just think that somebody's trying to mess with you. Like when fighters say people like Rose said something about Joanna coming by and saying stuff to her before the fight, like during press and stuff, just saying like weird stuff, just to like get her thinking, I guess. Just saying weird things to her. Um, Maybe that's part of a fight. Maybe that's part of an outcome, one way or the other. Who knows? Um, but you never know until the fight. It's hard to make predictions beforehand. But going to make a prediction here, I'm gonna go this new guy, Krylov, 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 whatever your name is, Russian guy. So Russian co-main winner, but they're gonna get upset in the main event. It's gonna be exciting though. I'll go your boy Krylov by knockout second round. He's gonna feel him out for first round. Knock him out in the second. Honestly, I mean, it's not that stacked of a card. I'm gonna watch the entire thing just based off of being a hardcore fan. But it's not that stacked, you know. And there's not much to predict on it, so we're only gonna predict the two. Of course, 0 for 2, 1 for 2, 2 for 2. We're gonna It's gonna be small. But as far as Dow's, we went 7 for 5 because we predicted 12 of the what was it? 16, 12 of the 17, 18 fights that there were. We predicted 12 of them. And one of the ones that we got wrong was Tyron Woodley. Uh, he submitted Darren Till after Darren Till only landed 2 punches in the entire fight. Darren Till, if somebody told you 1 week ago, Darren Till, and you watch UFC, Darren Till is not going to land more than 2 punches in the fight this weekend, you would probably bet them your house. You'd be like, I am willing to bet you my house that he will punch him more times than that. At least. 2 times? At least. And then you gotta factor there's like a 1% chance that Woodley or Till just ends it in 1 or 2 punches, and then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. But I mean, other than that, I would be like, fuck you, that shit's not happening. That would never cross my mind that he would feel him out that long. It would take him that long to feel him out. And then right when he looked like he was about to start like opening up, he got clipped. The first second. The first second he opened up. Still a fan, man. I'm still a big fan. Darren Till, I can't lie. I'm rooting for you in your next fight. And I already talked about it, but I hope your next fight's at middleweight. The best thing for your career is to try to derail. See, Tyron Woodley, he kind of derailed you a little bit. Excuse me again. You should kind of take a little in like everybody got kind of like a storyline. That's what fans like about um, MMA fights and stuff like that. Everybody got a storyline. your storyline could be that you got knocked off your rail by uh, um, Tyron Willie, so you're going for everybody else's hype train, kind of supposedly. So if Stylebender Israel Adesanya beats Derek Brunson, everybody is going to be saying, "Oh, Adesanya's the man, yada yada. He beat Brunson. He's a contender. You know what I'm saying? He's up there." And they've been riding him since he's been winning fight after fight after fight, and he's exciting. And he's got a personality, and people like him. You know, but the same things with Darren Till. He kind of got derailed. He goes after kind of like a derailing, like he goes to middleweight and just takes out the Israel and Asanya, puts him out. Darren Till whoops him. You know what I'm saying? Who else got hype train in middleweight? Costa. Say Costa beats Romero. Maybe goes to Costa next. You know, just boom, boom, two right off the bat, and then that just gets him right into contention as he fights for the belt right after that. Those would be the two hardest fights, I think, strategically for his type of, like, they fight the same as him, kind of, you know. Adesanya a little different, but similar in ways, you know. So I think those two fights are great. I love to see those him go up to middleweight. That's what I would predict for Darren Till coming off the loss. Woodley, I think biggest fight you could have is Covington, no doubt about it. Co-main Andrade X for Rose. Give it to her. Good fight. I'll take it. Not gonna predict it yet because it's not um, on the books. It's not coming up because we only do about a week in advance. So Andrade give her Rose. Kovacevic give her Tatiana Schwartz, who had an impressive win. Maybe either Schwartz is gonna either take another step or Kovacevic's gonna say no, no ma'am. I've been here. Fucking hands on the cage type shit. But who else fought? Mad people fought. I wrote a whole thing about it. The other day I wrote an article about this shit. I'll just share it with you guys. Zabit uh Mago Med Sharapov. How about that? Close, right? Called out Chad Mendez, gave a little poke at Yair, but he's past that. Yair don't want that fight. He's past that. Yair will get somebody like far back in the maybe even 16. He'll fight somebody behind him next. You know, he called out Chad Mendez. I like it. Wrestler he wants to prove. I'll beat any kind of top contender you got. Wrestler, striker, doesn't matter. He wants to prove it, so he's going after Mendez. I like it. I give him Mendez. You know, I like to see the fight, so he called it out. What are you gonna do? Aljo had a very impressive, um, same exact finish that Zabit had, where they were hanging over and they had the back, and dude on bottom was kind of like standing up on their feet, but their head was on the ground, trying to shake him off top. And top man grabbed his leg while over the top and just kind of sat back, put him in somewhat of a banana split, kind of you would call it from wrestling. And and Cody Stanman tapped out immediately. Um, not Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis was chilling for a minute. Yeah, he was having a shit stretch. He was like, maybe I could deal with this, but he eventually tapped. But so those are two impressive submissions. For Aljamain Sterling, he called out the winner of Rivera Dotson, which was Rivera, or Dominic Cruz. here's your thing. In that division, what are you gonna do with TJ Dillashaw? Is he gonna fight Cruz next? If that happens, that takes that fight away. Right off the bat, that takes that fight away. So, are you going to uh, give Dillashaw maybe a Sun Sao or Marias? Because if you do that, maybe you give Cruz the other one, whoever you don't give to Dillashaw, or you give Cruz to Aljo. My pick would be to give Aljamain Sterling to Rivera. Rivera won a close split decision, unanimous maybe, unanimous decision, but Rivera versus Aljamain Sterling, it's like a city across the river type thing because Aljamain's from Long Island and Jimmy Rivera's from across the river, so it'd be a cool fight. They'll build the fight up. They'll get in each other's faces and shit. It won't be a problem. And then I gave Tatiana Swartz. I said Jacek, but Joanna's probably gonna go up and fight for the 125-pound belt against Valentina Shevchenko. If that doesn't happen, I'd like to see that fight happen. But if it does, Carolina will do. I was gonna give her Claudia, but that's her training partner apparently. Maybe they'll do the fight anyway. Who knows? I got the awards for the night. I got the awards for UFC 228 submission of the night. Holy motherfucker! That dude looks deadly, son. We gotta go for that.